this morning, I have a question for you. What's the point? Why does it matter? How does it affect me? Specifically pertaining to my topic, what's the point of a hybrid vehicle? Why do I need to worry about an electric vehicle? What all is this going to do for me? These are some questions that the automotive and environmental industries have created and pondered in order to stop the never-ending issue of our depleting atmosphere. But is it worth the time? That is what I'm going to answer for you today. Good morning, my name is Glenn Hendriicks, and today we are going to talk about the benefits and the deficits of owning a hybrid and electric vehicle. But first, let's talk about the benefits. The three core benefits that I want to discuss with you are the fact that they are fuel efficient, they are safer for the environment, and they have a higher resale value after purchase. First and foremost, they are fuel efficient. This just means that they have a higher MPG. MPG stands for miles per gallon, and this is measured in how many miles a vehicle can travel on 1 gallon of fuel. In addition to this, they have a longer distance that they can travel, which just means that they have a higher fuel capacity. An example of this would be the 2020 Tesla Roadster concept unveiled in November of 2017. For you car people out there, the specs of this car are absolutely incredible, including the 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, making it the quickest production vehicle on the planet. However, pertaining to my topic, let's take a look at the range. The range for this electric vehicle, while all others are 300 miles or less, is 620 miles. This is not only making it one of the longest traveling electric vehicles on the road, but this makes it one of the very few vehicles with a mileage of over 600 miles total. Next, they are safer for the environment. This just means that they have significantly less emissions and they are much cleaner. One that Mr. C would appreciate is the 2019 Ford Fusion Hybrid. Now, this has an MPG overall rating of 42 miles per gallon, which is already incredible for a hybrid vehicle, but specifically, the smog rating is 9 out of 10, meaning it has some of the cleanest emissions out of any vehicle in production. Finally, it has a higher resale value. This just means that you can sell it for more money after you purchase the vehicle. Taking a look at this chart and only focusing on the very top Tesla Model S and the bottom Nissan Leaf, the trade-in value on the Model S is $78,000. The original price is $94,000, which means it has a retention value of 83.1%, meaning that you can get back 83.1% of your money if you trade this car in. Versus the Nissan Leaf, which is still a hybrid, having a trade-in of $14,000, an original price of $33,000, and a retention value of 43.5%. While that may be lower, that is still more than your traditional standard gasoline vehicle. Now, what I'm about to show you is a chart from the Environmental Information Association, which was a graph created in 2014 to predict projected values of MPG and cost. Now, on the first y-axis, we have the MPG rating, as I said earlier, which is just miles per gallon. And this is depicted in the solid colored lines on the graph. On the x-axis, we have the 5 standard vehicles that are on the road, but we're mostly going to be paying attention to the standard gasoline and the electric. And on the second y-axis here, depicted in the light-colored dotted lines, is the original value of the car. As you can see, for both the electric vehicle and the standard gasoline, the MPG is going up on both. However, while the price on the gasoline vehicle is going up, the price on the electric vehicle is drastically dropping. This just goes to prove that this is a benefit due to the fact that you are getting a higher level of efficiency for a much lower cost. Now that we've talked about the benefits, let's talk about the deficits to owning these cars. The 3 core deficits that I would like to discuss with you are the fact that they are not as mechanically efficient as your standard gasoline vehicle, they cost more to repair, and there are not as many places to recharge your plug-in vehicles. First, they are not as mechanically efficient. Now, in standard gasoline vehicles, you have a cooling system, which is filtered by coolant. But in an electric vehicle, it requires more energy from the battery to cool the system down. Now, you may think because you have a hybrid vehicle, you have this awesome battery that's going to last you forever, but in reality, most of the charge from the battery is being taken to cool the motor down. Without any cooling down, your motor is just going to blow up. That's just how it goes. Next, we have that it costs more to repair. Now, for an electrical system, how much do you think it's going to cost to repair it? If you were thinking thousands, you would be correct in that assumption. For a hybrid forklift, to replace the battery at the end of its life is 10,000 pounds. This roughly translates to about $12,500 US. This is significantly more than the $80 battery that you can buy at Walmart for your gasoline. Finally, we have not as many places to recharge your vehicles. Now, despite common belief, hybrid and electric plug-in vehicles are not as common enough for funding. Now, while Tesla has made the attempt to put charging stations all around the US, in total, there's only about 16,500 charging stations for your vehicles. And I can tell you right now, there are more vehicles than that on the road that require plug-ins. Just at this school, we only have about a total of 10 to 15. A testimony from Dr. Jonathan Lesser, president of Continental Economics and an expertise in global economics, states that what I found is a widespread adoption of electric vehicles nationwide will likely increase air pollution compared with new internal combustion vehicles. You read that right. More electric cars and trucks will mean more pollution. The appropriate comparison for evaluating the benefits of all those electric vehicle subsidies and mandates isn't the difference between an electric vehicle and an old gas guzzler. It's the difference between a new electric vehicle and a new gasoline car. Now, what this is stating is that while you are trying to benefit from buying a safer car for the environment, you're actually killing the environment quicker. Now, this is due to the emission of sulfur dioxide in electric vehicles, which is much more harmful than carbon monoxide. This just goes to show that while you're trying to benefit from owning it, it's actually a deficit in owning an electric and hybrid car. Now today, I talked about the benefits of owning these cars with the specs of the 2020 Tesla Roadster and its amazing range of 620 miles, and the deficits from Jonathan Lesser stating that while you're trying to save the atmosphere and while you're trying to be a much cleaner person, you're buying a car that's going to ultimately kill the atmosphere much quicker than the newer combustion engines. Now today, I started you off with a question. What's the point? Why does it matter, and how does it affect me? Now, what is the point of owning a hybrid vehicle? Well, the point is just to have a safer, cleaner car. It's supposed to help create a better environment for the atmosphere. It's supposed to reduce emissions, and ultimately it's supposed to have cleaner emissions, just as with the previously mentioned 2019 Ford Fusion Hybrid. Why do I need to own an electric car? Well, according to a statement made by Tesla, to charge a vehicle all the way is about $9.98. That is much more than your $20 to $60 fill-up at the gas station. But with all of that aside, my last question to you is it worth the money?
Count 2 and 3.